What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for the first edition, episode 1 of What's Hot in the World of Professional Wrestling. In this edition, we are going to be discussing possibly WrestleMania 35, going 8 hours next year. The WWE ending the brand split, and John Morrison, Johnny Mundo, all the names that you could possibly call him, and him going to New Japan Pro Wrestling, all that plus so much more on the first edition, the first episode of What's Hot in the World of Professional Wrestling. First off, if this is the first time you've tuned into this podcast, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the bell for all notifications and follow me on Facebook and Twitter at 2007Webby. It is much appreciated by me and everybody else who makes this channel what it is for you wrestling fans, and go back and watch any Monday Night Raw or Smackdown Live that you have missed on this channel, or anything else that you missed on this channel. It is much appreciated. Now, to dive right into what we're going to cover right here. Smackdown, moving to Fridays. This is coming from CBSSports.com. I am not a big fan of it moving back to Friday nights because, as we all know, if it moves to Friday nights, most likely that means it's going to be taped. And for a big part of us wrestling fans, unless you are a die-hard, hardcore wrestling fan, what's the use in us tuning into it? Fox, all we gotta do is look on YouTube on Wednesday or Tuesday, immediately once the show's over, after they get done taping it, and see the results on some website. That's all we gotta do. It's out there for us. So why should we tune in on Fox or Fox Sports 1? There's no point. Keep the show Smackdown live. Unless you make WWE make it live on Friday nights. That is the best way you can change the show, is to change the way they do their events. But as of right now, as we've seen in the past, there is no sense in us watching it if they just move it back to Friday nights. And quite frankly, the shows weren't as exciting back when they were on Thursday and Fridays. They just weren't. Once, people like The Undertaker, Triple H, The Rock, all of them left. They just weren't. Now, they did have good shows. They still do have good shows every once in a while. Don't get me wrong. But still, the shows have gone downhill on Thursday and Friday nights without the huge, big star power. So, keep it on Tuesdays where it's live. Speaking of Smackdown Live, not only moving to Friday nights, but the brand split could also be ending. Now, this is according to WrestlingRumors.net. Some of you might like this very much. Some of you might be jumping for joy at the thought of the brand split ending. You get to see AJ Styles on both shows. You get to see Roman Reigns on both shows. Seth Rollins on both shows, the Bludgeon Brothers on both shows, Braun Strowman on both shows. The list goes on and on. The only one that I could think of that's not going to be on both shows that I can see WWE not doing is Brock Lesnar. With that being said, this does not need to happen. And I'm not trying to come on here and be one of these podcasters that this is negative. I'm not. But the brand split, even though they have combined the pay-per-views, which ultimately just puts all the big matches on the pay-per-view, the brand split still gives the mid-card room to breathe and room to be on the show each and every week. And if you kill the brand split, WWE, theoretically, all you're doing is making it where the big stars will be on the show, and that's it. SmackDown will have all the big stars, the same ones, and Raw will have all the big stars, the same ones. All of us wrestling fans, we could say goodbye to things like Rusev Day. More than likely. We can say goodbye to all the little things that we like Elias or Bobby Roode or things of that nature. Because, AJ Styles will end up being on Raw or things, back and forth, big stars. Can definitely see Fox probably joining forces with USA. This is not in the report, but if Fox wants certain stars on their show, no question in my mind that we might see some stars from SmackDown jump over to Monday Night Raw. With that being said, John Morrison could possibly go over to New Japan Pro Wrestling. This is according to Sportskeeda.com. Now, John Morrison, everywhere he's been, he has either done a tremendous job in the mid-card or he has been at the top. WWE, he did a good job in the mid-card, whether it was the ECW Championship or the Tag Team Championship, Intercontinental Championship. Goes over and he did a good job in the other promotions that he was in, TNA and the others. Now going over to New Japan Pro Wrestling, according to this website. I really like it when superstars leave the WWE and they go and make a name for themselves. Now, if he would come back to the WWE and he would flourish and do a really good job, congratulations. Here's to you. Because he deserves it. I didn't like when he left to begin with. I really didn't. I thought he was a very good talent. And everything that he's getting outside of WWE, he definitely deserves. But with all this being said, good luck to John Morrison and what he does at New Japan Pro Wrestling, if that's where he goes. And if he goes there, I'm sure he'll go straight to the top. And according to this website, he could very well be aligned with Cody Rhodes and everybody else. So if that's the case, no question he will. But we'll have to see if that's the storyline, that's the way he's booked in that. But whatever the case, good luck to him, whatever he does down the road. And finally, WWE, they just can't make their pay-per-views any shorter. They can't do it. They can't cut their pay-per-views. WWE seems to have this theory. The longer they are, the better. The bigger they are, the better. And they're doing it again, according to uprocks.com. Because, according to this website, next year, New York City, the home of WrestleMania 35, New York, New Jersey, we could have an 8-hour WrestleMania. 8 hours. I don't know about you wrestling fans, but that is long. I mean, that is long. That is outrageously long. Wrestling fans, WWE needs to cut down on their show. It's 7 hours right now if you count the pre-show. Adding an extra hour to it, it's like, this past WrestleMania, by the AJ Styles Shinsuke Nakamura matchup, we were all just kind of drained out. It finally gave us some perk when we saw that Brock Lesnar beat Roman Reigns. That gave us some perk. And a big reason why is because it shocked us all. Whatever the case, WWE does not need to add more time to this. There's already another rumor going on that they're going to move pay-per-views back an hour on the B-level shows. I saw that was a rumor when I just typed in Google and said WWE rumors. Now, it said that, and it said that shows will still end by 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Central. So there's still going to be 3.5 hours. WWE, shorten the pay-per-views a little bit. I agree with all the other podcasters out there when they say quality over quantity. And this is your first edition of What's Hot in the World of Professional Wrestling. You all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Look forward to episode 2 next week when I bring to you more news and rumors, what's going on in the world of professional wrestling. I hope you enjoyed this first edition, and until I see you again, catch you on the other side.